the next generation of youngsters that are looking to get into this space, what do you feel are the available options for them when it comes to skilling, when it comes to learning and joining, the entire ecosystem?
Very quickly, number one is that unlike the IT services revolution which took place in the late 80s or more so the early 90s, one big difference in the blockchain/crypto paradigm is that there are a lot of non-tech jobs. If you look at crypto companies today and you look at their workforce, I think somewhere between 5 to 30% of their workforce is in tech. By tech, I mean engineering as well as product, and 70 to 95% are outside it. So that is one huge difference between, the value added services or the IT services bit, the revolution that we saw. There are two enablers to this, I would say. One would be at the government platform regulator level. I used to be the CEO of what was at that time India's largest crypto exchange. And my employees used to ask me that, my parents are very worried that I work in cryptocurrency. They think I might go to jail. And I'm like, you are a programmer, as in, or you're an accountant, or so that is one. I think there has to be some clearing of the air. I hope that sessions such as the Business Today Crypto Conclave is helping that. And the second thing is about the enabling provisions. And in this, I feel the mainstream academia, coincidentally, in an earlier life, I used to be a lecturer at the University of Texas at Austin. The mainstream academia, of course, has a role to play, but usually it is late to the party, sometimes by as much as 5 to 10 years. We hope it will be sooner this time, but there have to be supplemental mechanisms. And the good news is that today, crypto companies, blockchain companies are fine taking people who may have some basic academic qualifications and have done online programs, because frankly, that is all that is available.
All right. So much talk about academia. So Rajkumar, let me come to you next and understand better, where we're headed in terms of providing modules and providing ways and means in order to enrich some of those that are looking to get into this space.
ABHA, there's a fundamental disconnect between the demand that's actually happening and the supply that's out there. And Jagdish was actually alluding to it. Given the pace at which blockchain is growing, I mean, Gartner mentioned that by 2025, the total industry size would be 176 billion. And in another 5 years, it's likely to touch 3 trillion. So you're talking of exponential movements where you compare that with the supply side, you have a huge issue because only about 1 out of 400 odd software developers have advanced knowledge of blockchain, which essentially puts a lot of pressure, and there is probably 2 out of 400 who have some rudimentary knowledge. So the gap between what you need and what is out there is really, really small. So I think what is required is a much wider virtuous cycle that you build in, and not just in terms of one facet or one dimension, but to be able to actually create a cohort of people who can support this entire exercise.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.